Hello my friends, welcome back to the Rohan campaign. It's episode 31 and we are gonna desperately try to win this fucking battle. Like I said, we're going to have to micro the gosh darn shit out of Éomer and Swidhelm because these 5 units are not enough to win the battle. I'm not entirely sure what would happen if we were to retreat, actually. I feel that Éomer would probably retreat into Bregnus, and I don't think Swidhelm and his army would immediately die. So, worst comes to worst, what we can do is get the infantry off the battlefield, utilize our generals as best as possible, and then retreat into Bregnus, essentially forcing the Dunlendings to besiege the place again, and then we can get some reinforcements, all that good shit. Now, I want to deal with the missile units first and foremost. I think they're all on this flank, however. There's a unit of archers and a unit of huntsmen, I think it is. Yeah, so we need to basically charge these units. Maybe not when they're entangled in the pikes and whatnot. Let's see. Archers, spearmen. I feel like maybe it won't be so bad if we do this charge. Let's try it out. What's the worst that could happen, huh? And we will immediately oh, of course, I forgot. There's pikemen right there. And they've immediately cut down all sorts of my cavalry. Man, I fucking hate the pikes in Medieval 2. They're really overpowered. Or maybe it's potentially just this mod, but in my experience, they turn around like on a fucking dime. We have a warband here. Man, that's actually really damaging. That's like 1/6 of Éomer's army. And here I was, oh, what's the worst that could happen? We're going to try to corner this warband. Hopefully, we can take them out without actually getting charged by anything else. Man, a lot of these units, though, are... Shit. Swidhelm has been charged. Oh, man. Charged with fucking arson. Remember when I said we need to micro the shit out of these units? I kinda meant, like, better than this. I meant it in a way that we would be able to win the battle, come out the other side looking all the better for it. I mean, that charge actually did kill quite a few men, but it was not a good trade-off, let's just say that. I don't even have any archers to sick on these guys. Let's see, farmhand pikemen. I don't want to charge the missiles when they're entangled in those fucking pikes. And there's the archers. Okay, let's see if we can deal with these spearmen who are out of formation. Also out of shape. I assume all of these guys are like tubby as fuck, to be honest. Because they probably are. They probably are. Okay. I also want my 2 units to, act in unison. That would be ideal. I don't want to have a repeat of this failed charge on the Dunland warband. Oh, actually, we've just singled out the huntsmen. There we go. They're toast. We can take care of them for sure. And then we'll move on to maybe the archers, if we can. Possibly some of those light axemen. I'm fairly certain we can charge them frontally without much of an issue. Unfortunately, these guys actually have a little bit of staying power. We didn't get a good charge off, I guess. Let's charge those axemen. They should be... They ought not to be resilient against this charge. And they are not. They're like the outlaws in that way. We just broke them immediately. Shit. I kind of wish the huntsmen were like that, but apparently they are not. Okay, we're going to disengage here because we're beginning to take some fire from the remaining huntsmen. And yeah, let's just get the infantry off the field. They're sort of like a liability at this point, like some mental load that I don't necessarily need to deal with. We've got Swidhelm here. He's going to charge these axemen and do quite a bit of damage. Aylmer is going to distract the spears. Worked well. Can we disentangle ourselves from these axemen cleanly? We can do, because they're fucking garbage. They are literal human garbage. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm feeling mighty partial to the idea that we just flee the field and retreat into Bregness. I can't imagine that we would suffer any sort of penalty for doing that. Okay, we're gonna charge these archers, though. I mean, while we're here, we may as well do as much damage as we can and not be charged by spears. Oh god, we are engaged. Wholly engaged. And we actually got away cleanly. Okay, what can we do here? We've got some pikes, some huntsmen, warband, axemen again. If I could get rid of the axemen, that would be pretty handy. We can single all of them out. See if we can thread the needle here. Okay, there's 35 dudes there we can kill. We've got some huntsmen that we should kill as well. While we're at it, just get a quick charge off. Well, that wasn't so much a charge as it was just like a saunter into combat, but I mean, it worked. Okay, well, I don't want to actually engage those dudes there. Now, I know this is probably thrilling to watch. I honestly thought that we would be able to win this battle, maybe with a, a bit of micro, but this is a little bit more extreme than I can handle. That's for sure. Shit, we're getting charged by spears. Okay, I somehow need to get the axemen out from amongst the spears. Okay, well this sort of worked, actually. Let's charge one unit in. Charge the other in. They're broken. Okay, well that worked well. Unfortunately, who is this? Swidhelm is not able to escape from those spears. Well, he was actually able to escape from the spears without much of a problem. Let's see if we can get a charge off on these clan spearmen. Just in the rear, just like that. They're shaken. And, they're not gonna rout. Okay. I'm just playing around for my own enjoyment at this point, to be honest. If I could pick out all of those axemen, that would be fun, you know? But, I think this is probably pretty dull for you guys, so we're going to leave the battle pretty soon. What is this? Axemen, axemen, 2 units of axemen. Let's charge in. Let's get Swidhelm on the flank to charge into that wavering unit. Huh, interestingly, they're able to kill some of Aomer's men. That wasn't a charge. We did break them, though. Let's get out of there. And we'll just run down the remaining guys here. Alright, well, yeah, we may as well leave the battlefield, see what happens. Basically, it's only spears left, so I can't imagine that this army is gonna be very effective, although I don't know what the hell they're doing. Let's get these archers, actually. Shit, I keep wanting to... I want to leave, but at the same time, I want to stay and just do as much damage as I can with these 40 fucking men. I feel sort of like Ramsay Bolton. I've got 20 good men on my side, and here we go. Alright, let's get off the field here. Let's withdraw. See where... Okay, we're actually going the right direction. Alright, I will see you guys out on the campaign map. Yeah, Aomer retreated into Bregness without much of a... Without much issue. We were able to kill 650 Dunlendings, and we lost like 20 Rohirrim, so that's not too bad at all. Our relations with the Ents of Fangorn have worsened. Why is that? Enedwythe is now at war with Breland as well. That's not going to be great for Enedwythe. We have retrained some troops in Gynt, and we're going to send these guys to reinforce and garrison Bregnus. We could use some more infantry, that's for sure. Captain Frangar is going to garrison as well. I think we'll wait until this other captain is gone. Also this one, Captain Caddick. Okay, we have some cav. We can begin to shuffle on over to Aylmer. We're still recruiting this one unit in Foldberg. Let's stick all of these guys in the fort, actually, so we're not paying for them. Okay, we're going to recruit. I want some more militia to garrison Derwath. We only have the one free upkeep unit anyway, so it's actually not a tall... Oh no, we actually have 3 with the Moot Hall. So potentially I could hire some more professional troops just to chill in Derwath in case we need them. They can march out at a moment's notice. We'll have Sig here watch the road up to Alkfud because that seems to be pretty useful. And then we'll have Fulgar watch the road from Lond Angren over to Karas, because that's probably going to be our next target. If we push all of the way to the coast, then we will be secure in the south, and then we just have to deal with this united front here, which we certainly can do. All of our power projection outside of Isengard, outside of Rohan itself, can push against Dunland, and then on the extremes maybe we'll have some issues with Derwath. And actually, you know what? Gynt is probably going to be pretty useless. It may be difficult actually to hold power on the coast, but at the very least, we'll have a lot of cavalry that can help us. Now,
I'm gonna stick you.
We've actually been invaded by Captain Gazbag, a dude from fucking Dol Guldur. What an asshole. And I don't particularly have anything to fight him back. We're just gonna have to depend on our garrisons. Roshberg is actually a little bit worrying considering it doesn't have a wall or anything. The population growth is so bad. Now, interestingly, Radagast the Brown and the Mouth of Sauron are both chilling around Dol Guldur. Dol Guldur is an incredibly important point in the world at this particular moment. Okay, next turn, Gynt is going to surrender. Karas is 4 turns away. Let us...
Your orders, my lord.
I don't know. I want to see what the Dunlendings do. I don't want to have to fight another field battle. Let's just end the turn and see what they do. We could always sally out if they besiege us, so it's not a huge issue. Well, the people in Gynt actually rose up in defiance, and they sallied out, and I utterly destroyed them, which has prompted the rise of the Riddermark. Since the days of Folchwine, Rohan has been recovering its strength of old. While new evils will oft sap the will and resolve of the riders of the Riddermark, it is without doubt that Rohan is once again of the size and strength in unity as it was when Helm Hammerhand ascended to the throne of the Golden Hall. Foes of Rohan, take note, the Rohirrim come. Now, I don't entirely know what that means. I hope it means that we will be able to build and recruit new shit, but I kind of doubt it. I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe if you guys know what that is actually done, that would be incredibly helpful. Okay, Gamling has gained a bunch of shit. He is an aspiring commander. He's gained an Enedwythe banner. He's a rider of Rohan, and he's also a veteran warrior, or rather, he's gained an ancillary called a veteran warrior. Let's take a look. Yes, Enedwythe's banner. Gamling is becoming a pretty wondrous commander himself. Now, Gynt is actually a town. It's not a shitty little village like I thought. First things first, we'll build a road, and then I think it's pretty critical that we begin to build like some standing stones. Otherwise, we will never be able to recruit our own troops. We can get by, however, with fort troops. Currently, there is a clearance, chicken farms, a leather tanner, fort town posts, and of course, the walls themselves. We could always plop a grain exchange in as well. I'm not sure how much that ought to do for trade. Basically nothing. It's going to add an additional 20 trade. Yeah, I think we'll just, stick with dirt, paths, standing stones, and we will readdress it when necessary. Now, there's this guy here, Captain Barrake. I'm not sure where he came from, but he looks to be heading... It looks to me like he's heading east. And that's just fine. I'm fairly certain we can deal with that. Eogar is a natural spy, which is really handy. We'll train him up a bit on Captain Blythe. There we go. And we'll send him up north to keep an eye on Dunland. I feel like keeping him just outside of Dunneard is pretty handy. We're able to see what's going on. Although the Dunlandings cross into Enedwythe territory all the fucking time, in my experience. Okay, so we now have a lot of cavalry that we need to send on over to Eomer. Eomer is going to, I don't know, just chill for a moment and admire the Dunlandings. I think what we will do actually is leave Bregnus and hide in the woods. And we can turn around next turn once these guys besiege the place. I just want to keep them occupied. I don't want to have to fight field battles against Dunland. I'm just kind of stalling, I suppose. So I'm able to move out with my other armies, and I'm waiting also for that invasion to end so I don't have to pay... Well, there's actually a shit ton of free upkeep units here, but I don't want to have to pay for, you know, these 4 units. They would be better served in an army elsewhere.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, well, Adunafel the Quiet, still wandering around aimlessly, much like Captain Gazbeg. I worry that he's going to besiege one of our towns, but I'm not necessarily worried because I feel like he doesn't have enough units to really accomplish anything of note. So we're just going to continue plowing through the turns here. Huh. Can you imagine the fucking balls of these guys? They declare war on us 12 turns ago, and we've just utterly... I feel like we've cut them out at the knees. We've taken at least 3 towns from them. 2 towns, 1 castle, and now they're asking for a ceasefire. We're about to take a 4th. I don't fucking think so, Beethenbach. You can go fuck yourself ever so gently. Please leave.
Very well. It was just until we meet again.
Well, luckily my plan has sort of panned out. The Dunlandings have decided to fuck right off. Captain Caddock has left. He's headed west. So has Captain Blythe. I almost feel as if they're moving to take advantage of the weakness of Enedwythe now. I want Gamling to be building towers, but I don't want him to be vulnerable
Yes, my lord.
to attack from Captain Barak. So I think actually I'll hold off on the tower building for now. It's not necessary. What we can do is stick these 4 cavalrymen in this fort as well. Actually,
Your orders, my lord.
I feel the need to keep my cavalry topped up just in case something goes sideways, you know? So I'm going to put these riders in the fort. Eomer is just going to chill in the center of our kingdom, essentially. A cowardly ambush, he says. The idea here being that we can reinforce him with cavalry when need be, and then the next turn we can march out. Okay, the Dwarves of Erdluin have announced an alliance. Let's see, Athelion is attacked yet again. We're making some gold. The chieftain of the Dunedain is. With the death of the late chieftain, the next heir of Isildur will take up the mantle. Now, does that mean Aragorn has died? Who is the faction leader of the Dunedain? That's very concerning.
Yes, my lord.
Now, I've been camping Leowine up here for many turns because I don't want to leave without an alliance. Apparently, I think we're just going to have to sweeten the pot a little bit. Maybe like 1,000 gold coins. Come on, Gore. Just rejected. So, these are generous offers we're making them, balanced and generous. So I'm wondering, is it the amount of wars we're in? Is that what's the problem here, Gore? Is it that you don't want to go to war with the Shadow of Mordor, the Shadow of Mirkwood, the remnants of Angmar, the Haradrim tribes, the Varyags of Khand? Is that what it is? The Dunlandings? If only there were a way to broker peace between myself and all of these disparate peoples. If only, the woodpecker sighed. And the bark on the trees was as soft as the skies. Let's see. Bregness, we can probably turn the taxes up very high. Let's just do high. And we'll hold on to our gold for now. We have the beginnings of an army in Bregness. We're going to grab, actually... let's retrain these guys, and then we'll send them over to Karis to act as garrison units. We'll recruit some Fort Spearmen to act as garrison units. We'll get some Fort Archers to add to Gamling's army. In Durwath, we have an appreciable amount of troops there. Ginyard also needs some garrison. I'm going to grab these dudes and send them west to put into armies on the offensive. And excellent. Looks like things are going well. I actually lost track of time. I don't know how long this episode is anymore. It could very well be 20 minutes for all I know. Looks like Captain Gazbag, the gassy piece of shit he is actually just chilling outside of Onadrith.
Yes, my
And that's making me a little bit... Huh, I can actually recruit Riders of Rohan as mercenaries. Unfortunately, not today. I'm going to recruit 2 units of infantry just in case. I think they'll be a little bit too late, though, if Onadrith gets put under siege. Here's what we can do.
orders, my lord.
No, actually, we can't do
Yes,
dick.
my lord.
No one can reach Onadrith within a turn. We'll send out
Orders, my lord.
Theoden and... We'll send out Theoden and some militiamen.
Your will, my lord.
They will reach Onadrith within the turn.
I'm gonna stick you.
Now, Edoras apparently is shrinking now. Very bizarre. That's just fine. Okay. What else? What else? I think that's about it. When we come back, we will probably capture Karis. I'm thinking just by starving them out. I don't necessarily need to do anything else. Oh, are we trading with Gondor via this road? It doesn't seem so, because the road just... Oh, I see. The road is going to terminate about here. That's where the border is. We're building roads in Gynt the next couple of turns. I guess we'll be pushing on Lond Angren pretty soon. I'm going to garrison Karis with some militiamen. As for Gamling, I think... Here's what we can do. We can send Gamling to clear out the lands to the west. He can move up to Karis. And then Aldwulf will move on to Lond Angren. That seems like a plan. Eomer and our good friend Swidhelm can hold the fort along this line, and we can recruit and build armies here. In the meantime, waiting to strike against Dunyard, Alkfud. I think those are the only 2 regions here. Yeah, this is a plan. It's certainly coming together. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching this episode. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. As always, my name is Incoherence. You guys are fucking awesome, and I will see you all later.